find Shang Tsung and finish it.
Oh, hell yes. While everybody and their moms are talking about E3, I have two completely different topics I want to talk about. Well, I suppose one topic does tie in with E3. I'm talking about the movie trailer that shocked the internet last week, and the game trailer that popped on the scene just days before the E3 madness began. First off, I want to talk about the movie trailer. We're looking at what will possibly be titled Mortal Kombat Rebirth. I was surprised by how many people wanted to know my opinion on this, and I think there would be some shock when I say that I actually like this idea a lot. Sure, the story does seem to stray away from the original foundation, but does anyone remember the complete trash we were handed when the writers tried to stay true to the story? I sure do. This trailer looks more down to earth, rough around the edges, and downright dark as all hell. The grittiness of the entire thing really impresses me, while the original movies tried entirely too hard to wow the viewers, at least in my opinion. We finally get a movie that's darker, but not Tim Burton dark. Out with the idea of heroes fighting bad dudes from other realms, and in with demented psychopaths who have enough blood on their hands to make Ed Boon cringe. Now I'm aware that the movie has a lot of explaining to do when it comes to this new story, but that's why a reboot is so exciting. What characters are going to be used? Where does everyone stand in this rebirth? Will Liu Kang no longer be the hero of the day? Why is Scorpion voluntarily working for Jax? Does Shang Tsung have powers like in the original story? Will the tournament represent the same thing? Will we see Goro in this installment? I've got a book of questions like these, and I can't wait for answers. One thing that really makes me wonder about this film, though, is the lack of big-name actors. I didn't really recognize anybody else in the trailer except for the same guy that the rest of you noticed, Black Dynamite, am I right? Choosing Michael J. White to play the leading role of Jax was a brilliant idea. I like Hominy as much as the next guy, but his performance in the movie Spawn intrigues me far more than his work in Black Dynamite. He has a knack for playing a badass, and after Jax's appearance in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Michael White is just the guy to turn Jax into a respectable character again. Overall, I'm beyond ready to give this movie a chance. Just tell me where and when. Next, let's talk about the subject everyone wants to hear about. New Mortal Kombat. This is Mortal Kombat raw, new, and back to the original formula of bloodier is better. In all honesty, I was really impressed when I first saw the trailer, but one thing surprised me. Every character I saw was old school. Some of you may be in the dark about this, but we were promised a reboot of the series back in 2006. We were given such an interesting story in MK Deception that we couldn't wait to see how everyone survived Naga. Instead, we were given the crap fest known as Armageddon. The story, starring a guy we didn't care about, aka Taven, was a mess. It completely ignored Deception and gave no character bias to help support the game's story. After this giant fumble, Midway and the MK team promised to reboot the series and start over fresh. This promise was put on ice to release the non-canon dream pairing of Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. MK vs. DC wasn't a bad game, so don't think I'm bashing it. It just wasn't what we were expecting. This leads me to MK9. I'm assuming by the familiar roster that we aren't getting a reboot this time around either, but I could actually be wrong. It would take a little bit of storytelling magic, but a reboot would be possible using the original characters. It seemed to work well enough with Shaolin monks, canon or not. Storyline aside, this game looks wonderful. Looks like that Street Fighter graphic rumor was just a rumor. It looks better than Street Fighter 4. It also looks like it got the speed boost that I was demanding. This trailer breathes speed, and the demo displays sheer brutality. I suppose that at this point I can't say that the combo system from MK vs. DC is being rehashed, but it looks like it at least. I actually like the system, but I thought it had a lot of room for improvement. The speed and utter smoothness of the combos shown in this trailer are quite refreshing compared to what we've experienced over the past decade. Let's see if it compares to Trilogy. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about the return of gore. This is by far the bloodiest Mortal Kombat game I have ever seen. The fatalities downright shocked me. I wasn't expecting Warner Brothers to allow this, but I love them for uncapping this series. We haven't even seen all the fatalities that the game has to offer yet, so I'm really excited to see if they can top what this trailer showed us. If it isn't obvious yet, Mortal Kombat is back and stronger than ever. Well, I guess it's official then, folks. Mortal Monday is back and on Screw Attack.